Hey, 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 yeah, hey, what a time to be alive. I left them for dead, now I'm living right. No new friends, no new advice. That was high then, but we got bigger heights. We got bigger fish to fry. Bet on myself, then I roll the dice. Man, it ain't a gamble if you know you nice.
Welcome back to Dollar Dream Podcast. I'm your host, Ara Amens, the #1 podcast in Dallas. And I have a very special guest here today, Miss Justice, technically Jai.
Hey, y'all. Nice to meet you guys. How are you?
How are you?
I'm great. I can't complain.
How you been?
I've been busy, but I'm great.
You have been busy.
I've been very busy.
What's been going on? Tell us. Tell the world.
It's a lot. I've been dealing with my business. I've been working, of course, and I've been traveling.
All right, so let's start with your story, your background. Don't knock over the drinks. You made the beautiful espresso martinis for us here. We'll cheers to that.
tried.
I appreciate you for
Cheers.
hosting myself.
Yes.
So let's go back to your story. Mm-hmm. Tell us where you were born, what was family like, and yeah, I'll start there.
Okay, so where I was born in Perry, Georgia. It's in Middle Georgia. It's 2 hours or hour and 30 minutes away from Atlanta. It's a straight shot in the middle.
Like south?
It's definitely going towards south, but it's actually in the slap dab middle of Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah. But I grew up in Albany, Georgia, and that's south, like by Tallahassee, Florida.
Oh, okay, I got you. Where was like the go-to vacation spot? Did you go to like Panama City Beach?
Always, it was Panama, Destin if you want to relax, Panama if you want to party, Jacksonville if you like with the family, but now Jacksonville ain't that safe to me. Yeah, so it was always Destin, Jackal Island, and of course, you know, Jackal Island is like Savannah.
Okay.
So yeah.
So what was family like?
Family's great.
Were you like more country? Like what was that
Country
vibe?
yeah, I'm very country.
Are you?
Extremely country.
I never got that vibe from you though.
That's because I put on my corporate voice.
That's what it is.
But once I'm laid back, I'm extremely country. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
One of my partners is from Georgia, and he's so country. He's super country. Yeah.
Yeah. See, the accents are really thick, so it's like when your accent is thick, you can hear it. Even Texans here can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know the difference.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So okay, and then growing up, did you always want to get into tech, or like what was like growing up like, and like what was school like? What was that like for you?
Actually, I did not know I wanted to get into tech until high school. I used to be a part of like tech clubs and stuff, and then I did some competitions in like my senior year of high school, and that's when I knew, okay, I really want to take it serious. And so I started joining like different clubs, going to like different workshops, and then one workshop came. Well, I think it was Career Day or workshop, something like that. But they came to my school and they was telling us about engineering. They need more women in engineering.
They do talk about that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so they came to the school, and I was like, okay, what all I have to do? And they was like, honestly, I get a degree in engineering, but you'll make a lot of money in your future. Like, it's very promising. And I was like, okay, sure. So I didn't have the GPA to get into school that told me about engineering at the time. So I had to go to a trade school first.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't.
That's so similar to my story.
Huh?
That's similar to my story.
Really?
Yeah. Tell yours first, and I'll go next.
Okay, yeah. So I had a horrible GPA. I don't even remember. I just
Like in
know it
high
was
school?
bad. Oh, it was real bad.
Why?
I don't even think I was.
What were you doing in high school?
I can't remember. It was so long ago. But honestly, I just knew I didn't have the best GPA, and I took the ACT probably 4 times.
Really?
But it was only one part. I took English like 4 times because I was never good at English, which is crazy.
Me
my
too.
mother is an English professor.
Hold up, what?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, so she was an English professor for college, and I was just never good at it.
Why?
I was never good at writing like papers and summaries and paragraphs. I hated writing.
I wish we would have had ChatGPT back then.
Yeah, see, it would have helped me out a lot. But right now, I was just like, you know what? I give up. So I had to get a tutor for English.
To like help you write papers and
Yeah,
shit?
to help me get better with writing. And so I was just like, okay, I got to graduate. Like, I got to go to college. I want to become an engineer. So I luckily passed my 4th round. And here's the thing. I missed it by like a few points. I went off a lot of points. It would be like 2-3 points off.
Uh-huh.
And I used to get so pissed.
That's so funny. I used to pay people to write all my English papers.
Well, see, I paid people in college to start doing my work after I learned that lesson in high school.
Yeah, I started paying people to do all my English papers because
That's smart.
I hated English. Me and every English teacher I had, we always had beef.
Really?
I know every single one of them by name.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, I always had so I didn't like reading. I didn't like books. I didn't like writing.
Yeah.
Because they'd make me read shit I didn't want to read.
Yeah.
But now I like reading because it's like stuff I want to read.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
See, I just
we
got
matured.
hip to it. Yeah, I
Really?
got hip to reading. I think like 5 years ago, because I wanted to learn more about business and entrepreneurship, so I just started reading books. Random books.
what's your
Don't
favorite
ask me
book?
which one my favorite.
All right, what was the first book you read that got you hooked?
Damn, what was that first book? Because I don't remember it so long ago. I read so many.
Well, just tell me about any book
I'll
that
tell
had
you
an
my
impact.
favorite one that I always recommend to people now is Who Moved My Cheese.
No way.
That's my favorite
That's
one.
my favorite book too.
Yeah.
That's
my
like
favorite
top
one.
two. That's my top two favorite books.
That one, and it's another book about like UI UX with human-centered design and like human behaviors. Those are my top two favorites.
Okay. So my top two is Outwitting the Devil. Have you
Okay.
read that one?
I don't think I heard of that one.
I'll send you it's better to listen to it than read it because
Okay.
it's a conversation with the devil.
Really?
Yeah, and the devil tells you all his secrets.
What?
Yeah, no, it's insane. And it was banned in the US up until 2011
How?
because you know who Napoleon Hill is? He wrote Think and Grow Rich.
Okay, I've heard of the book.
It's like one of the most historic books ever.
Yeah.
So he wrote Outwitting the Devil, and it's literally like a conversation with the devil. He goes, "Hey, how do you do this? How do you do that?" And the
Yeah.
devil like talks about how he like attacks like families and he breaks up family dynamics, and
What?
he'll scare kids so that when they grow up, the like mindset of them births into fear.
Yeah.
And he talks about like hypnotic trances, this thing called hypnotic trance.
Yeah.
Which means that can be used for addiction, that can be used for like different coping methods. But then he talks about, hey, the opposite of that is using hypnotic trance in the God's format, so it's compounded growth. But it's insane.
Really?
So it was written in like the 1930s or 1940s,
Yeah.
and it was banned up until 2011. So when it got banned, Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It's a crazy, crazy story.
Yeah, I need to read that.
Oh, it's the greatest book ever. So that's my favorite book, and then number two is Who Moved My Cheese.
Yeah. I just got some of my friends put on to that and my students, and they say, "Oh my God, it's such a good
It's
book."
so good.
Like it's a small read, but it's good.
Tell us a little bit about Who Moved My Cheese, like the basic overview of it.
We're not talking about no books right now.
We don't want to talk about books?
I don't want to talk about no.
Okay, well, what do we want to talk about? You want to go back to engineering?
Let's go back to engineering.
Because I thought you said you don't want to talk about tech, though.
Oh shit.
We'll take a sip. We'll take a sip.
We'll take a
Take a
Take a
sip.
sip. Let's find some more topics. I hate talking about books.
Okay, so I'll tell you about my story about how I got into engineering.
Okay, let's hear it.
So myself in high school, I would party a lot.
Okay.
I wasn't like the book smart guy. I had waves. Like I could do it if I focused.
Yeah.
But then I realized how much more fun life could be instead of school. So I started doing that. And then it got to senior year and it was like, oh shit, I need to go to college.
Yeah.
And I started taking a bunch of like AP college classes my senior year to
Okay.
like try to catch up.
Smart.
And so my grades, like I was catching up and it worked.
Yeah.
But I applied to like a bunch of colleges and didn't get accepted into anything.
You're kidding.
And it was like so bad because, you know, I'm brown.
Yeah.
It's expected for me to like do good and stuff. And
Uh-huh.
I didn't get accepted to like UNT, Tech, A&M. And so I had to like go to community college. And it was like a huge disappointment. And it was
Why?
because I freaking didn't get accepted into college.
I look at community college as a blessing.
It ended up being a blessing, but
Yeah.
when you're young, you don't really know
Oh
anybody.
yeah, you don't know.
You
That's
don't know.
True. That's true.
So like went to community college and I had to, and I figured engineering was going to be the route because I was good at math, hated reading, hated
Yeah.
English. So math was my good thing and it made money. So I was like, all right, let me do that.
Yeah.
And then I go into like, you know how you like take exams to figure out what classes you score into?
Mm-hmm.
My, like a mentor of mine said, you need to pass this exam up until like level 3 or 4 so you can go into trigonometry.
Okay.
And I took the test 3 times and failed before I even got out of the first section.
Whoa.
And if I would have failed, then I would have been like 3-4 semesters behind.
Okay.
So on my 4th try, which was my last try, I
Yeah.
passed into the class I was supposed to.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it was like 4th quarter, buzzer beater.
Right.
Yeah, and it was like I was like fighting with my family at that point because I was like partying. It was like
Oh,
it was a
gosh.
pivotal moment in my life.
Dang.
And because I wasn't like a genius, but if I applied myself, I could do it.
Yeah.
And so, went to community college, spent like a semester or 2 there, went to UNT, got my mechanical engineering degree, went and got like certifications and degrees in like nuclear engineering, machining and manufacturing
Oh,
engineering.
you're smart.
I mean, not really, because all the answers were on Chegg.
Really?
Did you ever use Chegg?
Barely.
Oh, I used
I think
Chegg.
here's the thing. If I would have used that, I would have passed a lot of my classes.
Yeah, I used Chegg I used Chegg a lot.
See, I was trying to be a good student. I
No,
was
that's
trying to
good.
use anything. Only thing I used was like when it came to math test, that little math thing. I can't remember what that app was, but I used to use like
MATLAB?
I can't remember.
Okay.
But I used to just type it in real quick and it'll pull it up.
Wolfram Alpha?
You
I
know
knew
what?
I knew
think it is MATLAB.
Well, I knew all the software.
Yeah, I think it was MATLAB.
I was a master at using my resources.
Yeah, and then what was the one that you could take a picture of and then it'll like do the problem?
That's Chegg.
Chegg would do the pictures for math?
Yeah.
It did it for math?
Wait, when were you in
This was like 2020.
like
when
2018?
Yeah, like 2018, 2017, because I graduated in 2018.
I graduated 2018 too.
Okay, yeah, so this was like around that time. You could take a picture of it, put it in the little app, and then it'll spit out all the things.
Oh, like it was a computer program that did it.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I use Chegg. So Chegg, you would post the problem, and then an actual person would go and solve it and show you the steps.
No, I'm telling you. At our engineering school, they had something different. They was using something like you could literally take a picture of the math problem, or you could type it in, and it would give you the whole explanation.
So Wolfram Alpha did that also.
Okay, it may have been that then, because I was
Wolfram-
never good with names.
Yeah.
I would just be like, I know all the kids got it, so let me get it too.
Wolfram Alpha was like ChatGPT before ChatGPT was ChatGPT.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that might be it then.
Yeah.
That might be the one.
Wait, so what classes were you taking?
Everything. I would take, so.
Because
in
what was your major?
software engineering.
Okay.
So I had to take all the math, like algebra. I had
Calculus.
to take calculus 1, 2.
Did you take thermodynamics?
No, we didn't take that.
Okay, so that's where we separated.
Yeah, we
Okay.
didn't take that. We only did like algebra, calculus, and then
Did you do differential equations?
definitely did that one because I failed that one once and I had to take it again.
I
It
didn't
was
take
hard.
that one. I didn't take that one.
I didn't like it. It was really hard to me. And then it was another class, but I can't remember. It was like a long, long time ago. But I know for like science, we had to do
Physics whooped my
physics
butt.
was one, and then it was another science class.
Physics 2, I couldn't fathom what was going on.
Wait, what is geography? That one.
Geography is like maps.
No, that ain't it. That's high
Geometry?
School. Geometry? What? That's how you know I didn't listen to school.
I'm not good at biography.
I just used to just show up and be like, what we doing? For real. What we working on? I got to take this class to pass? What is it? Because I don't care at this point. Just sign me up. I was maxing my credit hours every year for
Yeah,
every semester.
yeah.
So it was like, I didn't care what class I was in. If I had to take it, book it.
See,
I didn't care.
Because in college, you're kind of just like at survival mode, and
Very survival mode.
you're just worried about passing that
That's
next
all you care
exam.
about. That's all you care about. I don't
I'm
even
just
know
trying to
what class
memorize
was what.
half the words, so
I didn't even know my professor's name. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, facts.
I didn't know no professors except for one my senior year, and that's the one who helped me get into my industry now. But other than that, I'm just like, yep, showing up, taking the test, failing, not passing the test.
What was the worst grade you got on a test?
A 0.
A 0?
A 0 is the worst one, and I
Yeah.
actually tried. That was the hard part, and I got nothing right. So yeah, the worst grade I got was a 0, and I was just like, dang, I really tried, and I didn't pass.
I got a 15,
How
and
you
I
get
really
15?
tried. I got like the first part. I was like A through like G.
Yeah.
I got like the first part right. I wrote the right equation,
Okay.
so they gave me 15 points.
See,
on
my
that.
school was straight. They didn't care about you writing the right equation. If it wasn't done the way you was taught, you're not passing. Cause they want to ask you 5,000 reasons how you got that answer like that. Cause I didn't teach it like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
man.
how annoying they was.
Yeah, that's how a lot of teachers are because they want to see their method.
Yeah, and I was just like, I mean, that's not how it worked for me. So if my tutor taught me this, I'm gonna go with this because it's easier to make sense to me.
Oh, that was the worst when like you would learn something from your professor and then you'd go to the tutor and they'd show you
And they show
something
you something
completely different.
Yeah,
And
and
you're
it
like,
makes sense though. Like it made
for
a
me,
lot
it
of
just
sense.
made everything worse because I'm like, I don't know what's going on right now.
Really.
Because now I'm seeing two different methods, so I'm like, which one do I do? It
Yeah.
just confused me even
Yeah.
more. And then I went online to Chegg. Honestly, I use Chegg for everything.
Chegg need to sponsor you.
Chegg, so I think they went out of business. To be
Wait,
complete-
what?
Yeah, I think they went out of business because ChatGPT came out.
I can see that.
So
I can see that now. That makes sense.
I'll get them tatted or something. I'm just
No,
kidding.
it's never that
I'm just
deep.
kidding.
It's never that deep.
I'm
No,
just kidding.
it's never worth it. That is so funny.
So why did you decide? So okay, you were in high school. You go to like this workshop seminar thing, and you hear about more women in engineering. But what piqued your interest to get into that space?
The money.
Money.
I say
I
every
love
time.
it.
I say the money is what got me. When they said I could make a lot of money and quick, I was like, that's what I want. I don't want to be working for the rest of my life and not getting to where I need to be. And I know I have a very expensive lifestyle. Even in high school, I had high maintenance lifestyle. So
That's why I like you.
yeah. Stop. But yeah, I was just like, my parents spoiled me. I gotta
Yeah.
continue the spoil.
Are you an only child?
Well, my mom's side I am, yeah. I got two
Okay,
brothers
okay.
on my dad's side.
I got you. Yeah.
But as the only
And you're
girl,
the only girl.
I'm
yeah,
the only girl.
Yeah.
Of course I'm gonna be spoiled. They give me cars for no reason. So I'm just like, yeah, I want to keep this lifestyle going. So what
Makes
can
sense.
I do to make sure I can maintain the money? And they was like, hey, engineering. And I'm not gonna lie, I was in college for like 5 years, but I kept changing my major like 3 times.
From what to what?
Okay, so I did IT first, then computer engineering, which is hardware and soldering. Did not know like electrical, and then I went into software engineering.
And then what was the switches every time? Like what you realized every time?
So with IT, I realized there wasn't no money. It
Bro,
was more like IT support.
you know how much IT jobs are declining right now?
A lot.
Like, can you talk about that? Why is
Yeah.
it, like, tell the people why IT jobs are like in massive decline right now.
Because people are realizing the work cannot be done, or people don't know exactly what they're doing, and they don't want to go back to school, get more certifications, and learn how to actually keep up with what's going on in today's events. So if people don't want to learn it, people are like, all right, I quit, I'll do something else.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, I feel like they're just not paying like the lower IT people as good as they should be, because they still work hard too. Versus like with people who are like in senior levels, like C-suite levels, or people who are in high demand roles, we get paid way more than they do. So they're like, at this point, we don't need y'all. ChatGPT doing this for us. So they're like, okay, if ChatGPT can do it, we'll let you go.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to come back eventually, because ChatGPT can't do everything
Yeah.
yet. So that's what the issue is.
What's the pay range for an entry level IT person?
It could be average, like what, 35 an hour, 30 an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, so like probably like 55, 60 at support.
Okay.
Some I heard was at 45, and I didn't even know that was legal.
What's that annually?
45K.
Oh, 45K. I
Annually,
got you.
yeah.
Okay.
So here's the thing though, like if you have a high demand role, you can easily get up to 100K though.
Yeah.
But only if it's high demand. If it's not high demand, you can't do it.
But there's not a lot of high demand IT roles right now.
Yes, it is.
Oh, is it?
It's a lot.
Is it?
It's a lot. Anything dealing with cloud, cyber, UX, product management.
But those need extra certifications, right?
Some of them you don't need certs for. Like UX, you don't need a certification for. You gotta go to college for that one, and that's what I'm in.
Okay.
And I went to school. I went to software engineering for it. But
What's UX? What does that mean?
User experience. User
Oh,
experience
okay,
and user interface. Like we're designing apps
Got
and
you.
websites
Got you.
and stuff.
Like Apple's user interface is very simple, so that's what in high demand. I got it. Makes sense.
So, and then on top of that, you got like Prize Picks and stuff. So they hiring a lot of UX people.
Oh, interesting.
And that's called iGaming. That's the iGaming industry, because that's gambling.
I see.
So it's like it's always in high demand. You just got to pick the right industry, and people ain't picking the right industry.
What industries are most people picking?
Well, that's not the right industry or the right one.
That's not the right one.
They're picking regular support. So they're just picking like, oh, I want to just do help desk, or I want to do ticketing.
Okay.
And that's just like helping people submit tickets or get the tickets or like clean the tickets up. It's just a ticketing system, and it's like, no.
Those are important too, especially if you're like at a company and they need help you with tickets.
Yeah.
Because I know I got that.
It's important, but right now they having it where the chat can do everything.
Or they outsource it to people in India.
And that's the problem, because they paying the people in India, and India ain't doing what they need to do.
They ain't doing what they need to do.
They not doing what they need to do. Don't come for me. I'm just a messenger.
Nah, to be completely honest, I opened a ticket for this. I'm trying to access one of my softwares at work. This ticket's been open for like 30 days.
You're kidding.
I'm not even joking. And I've been like, hey, I told her, hey, I need to do this thing to get it fixed. I need your help to do this thing.
Yeah.
And she's just trying a bunch of different other things. And so I'm just,
I don't think she knows what she's
I'm
doing.
not stressing it, because I'll just wait, because
Yeah.
it is what it is. It's my job. I'm not like in a rush to get it done if they ever ask, but
See, that's what I'm saying. You got to hire the right people, and people just be picking people because of a budget. And that's why they screw up at.
so that's funny you say that. So what were you looking at when you were going into engineering? Was it like doctor, lawyer? Well, like you were just looking at what made the most money? Because that's what I did. I literally was like, what makes the most money in the least amount of time? And that's how I came to mechanical engineering.
Oh my God, what the heck? Hold on. I can't pause this on.
Do you want me to grab it? I can grab it. It's
You
all
can grab
good.
it? Yeah, grab it and
super
just.
casual.
Yeah, grab it and turn it off. Because what the hell? Is that one? Yeah, just put it on Do Not Disturb. Okay. Because I'm like, what the hell? And then I'm like, who calling me?
What the hell?
What the hell are you on? All right. Do Not Disturb. Put you in the couch.
No, we're good. Yeah, it's casual.
Okay, cool.
So you didn't look at like doctor or lawyer?
I looked at veterinarians and I saw I had to deal with snakes, and I said, never mind.
But veterinarians don't really make that much money, do they?
I didn't know that then. I just knew I liked the animals. So I didn't know they didn't make that much money. I'm thinking they making like 6 figures. They probably making what, 60, 70?
Yeah.
I was like, I made that starting out. So I was
Yeah.
just like, never mind, pass.
Why do you think there's a misconception of like doctors making a lot of money? Because I feel like I'm realizing doctors don't make that much money.
Some doctors do.
Some.
Yeah, some do. It depends on what kind of doctor. Bless you.
Thank you.
It depends on what kind of doctor you're trying to become. So I feel like certain like, for example, people I know in my neighborhood, they make a lot of money. They doctors.
What type of doctors? Like
I
orthopedic
know
surgeons?
some of them like neuroscience, something with
Oh,
brain.
neurosurgeons. Yeah.
Yeah, and then some of them have their own practice.
Okay, but so if you have your own practice though, then you're basically went through college and now you're a business owner, so you have to bring clientele in.
That is true.
So you have to go prospect, market, bring clientele in, give them a good experience. So at that point, you're a business owner again.
That is true.
So
Makes sense. Well, as for the doctors, I can't say much, but I know for a lawyer, because my best friend is a lawyer, personal injury is good money.
yeah, that's true.
Entertainment law is good money. And I don't know about the employment one. I don't know if they make a lot or not, but I'm assuming it's good money.
Yeah, but that's also like what, like 4 years on top of a 4-year degree.
Excuse me, it's more
It's
4.
oh yeah.
After the wait, so I know the 4 year for the regular, but they gotta do another 4 for the bar.
Is it 4 or 2?
I don't know, probably 2.
What's this ChatGPT?
Yeah, that's ChatGPT. It may be 4, cause I think my best friend, she was in school all about 20s, and she just finished like 3 years ago.
To get
Or 2.
a law degree.
I don't know.
This is why it's good to be in tech, because we can just figure this out.
Yeah, I want to
7
teach
years.
people how to use the basic things of an iPhone and ChatGPT.
7 years. 4-year bachelor and then 3 years Juris Doctor
That's insane.
through an accredited law school. Yeah, so 7 years.
Okay. Wow. I didn't
So
know that.
that's cool. We met in the middle. It was 2 and 4. We said 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
So okay, if you were to go back in time and you were to redo everything, what would you do? Now
Nothing. I would do the same thing.
You do the exact same thing.
Exact same thing. I wouldn't change nothing.
Why?
Cause I like what I do.
Okay.
I enjoy my life. I did everything I wanted to do in my 20s. I sacrificed a lot of things, but as for everything I wanted and I got and no complaints and I worked my butt off, I would literally do the same thing all over again.
Okay. So you picked the right route in terms of engineering, which is cool to hear because that makes me feel better about my decision.
Why you say that?
Because I'm like, sometimes I really do think I'm like, okay, so check it out. I do love my job that I have now for what it gives me.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I reached out to you for some different options and stuff like that because I wanted to figure out more ways to be flexible.
Yeah.
But I have a really flexible schedule. I make decent income. I know my job, so I don't have to like go and get more certifications
Right.
or do anything like that. So I'm pretty comfortable about being able to do what I want to do and then leveraging my job to like do the podcast, run my businesses, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like that. And that's whenever I started the journey, this is exactly what I expected, which is good,
yeah.
but I want to make more money.
Of course.
So
That's how we all feel.
Yeah, facts.
Because I felt the same way. I was like, oh, I got hit 100K. Dang, I need some more. Okay,
Literally.
cool. Hit 140. I need some more. Hit 180. I need some more. 200. I still need more.
Facts.
And then you got to like 3, and I'm like, I can push up. I can get to that M. I know I can. I just get to that M. So, I mean, I feel like here's the thing. We make good money, but we never going to be satisfied.
Yeah,
We always
but
going to want more.
But okay, so check it out. If you want to live a good life, you need to make at least at like bare minimum $250,000.
Yeah. If,
$250,000.
$250,000 if you into luxury.
Nah, if you just
No, I feel like $250,000 if you into luxury. If you're not into luxury, you can do good at
who's not
$250,000.
into luxury?
A lot of people not.
I guess.
I
Yeah.
know a lot of people, especially in tech. I know a lot of people that's not into luxury. They cool with the 200, and they feel like they rich with the 200. But if you into luxury, private jets and like Bentleys and Rolls Royces and stuff, yeah, you gonna need $250,000 or at least about $1 million because you gotta think Rolls Royces already cost 300 of what, 500K. The Lambo truck already $200 to $500K. You're gonna need that. The car note already $3,000. Then you got the mortgage probably like $10K. If you into the luxuries and the designers, you're gonna need more.
Facts.
100%.
What would be the fastest way to make $250,000?
The fastest?
Like someone they're at zero.
Tech sales.
How does someone do that?
Go find a course, and there's plenty on Instagram. Just go pick your favorite one, pick your poison, and enroll in that course and learn how to do tech sales and learn how to interview real good, have a good resume, and get a company that's gonna actually like working with you and vouch for you, and then get you a mentor that can teach you tech sales and how to actually hit that quota, because you get more in commission than you do on your base, and so you can easily get up to that.
Why is it important to have a mentor? Because you did a post the other day, and it was like talking about like I don't know if it was your mentorship program or other mentorship programs. It was
I
like
did that yesterday.
that was yesterday,
That was
right?
yesterday.
And it was like $750, $1,000,
Yeah,
$1,500.
It's so important.
And it's like I see the value in mentorship, and why is it important to
It helps
have
you get
that?
rich faster.
I love it.
When you
Simple.
have a mentor, it helps you get to where you need to be faster instead of like, oh, I'm gonna struggle here, I'm gonna struggle here. Let me Google this. Let me go to YouTube University and try to figure this out for free. Bump the free. If you have your mentor, they can like, look, do this. I'm gonna help you here. Sign up for this. Come with me to this event here. Talk to these 3 people. Tell them I recommended you, and go from there. We're gonna get you a job.
That's so
All right,
simple.
cool. Then when you do that, come back to me in 3 months. You need help with what now? Oh, okay, do this. Sign up for this. You need how much money? Easily, I can get that done for you. Write this. Follow this prompt. Follow this script.
What would you say if someone were to say, hey, I've done that, I've spent money on a mentor, and they didn't give me that?
Now, here's the thing when it comes to the mentorship thing. You're going to have some mentors that are a little fraudulent, but you got to be really good at vetting. If you're not good at vetting the mentor, looking at their stacks, looking at their reports, looking at the people who engage with them, who trust them, who don't trust them, check them out on the BBB site for the business, then if you're not doing your homework, that's on you. But I always tell people vet mentors, because anybody can say they're a mentor, but if they don't have no leverage and no pull in the game, or they don't have no really good network and connects, they're not a good source.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I've heard stories of people that in my network that maybe have spent, this is real money that they've told me,
Yeah.
$30,000, $50,000 on mentorship programs, and they didn't get anything in return.
And I ain't gonna lie, I've heard that too, and I've also seen a lot of people do that. And with stuff like that, that's what I'm saying. You gotta go check the BBB site. You're gonna get all your answers if the person is legit off that site, because it's gonna tell you if this business is fraudulent or a scam.
Interesting.
That's how I check. I check everything on there before I even go spend money on it.
Really?
Now, if they don't have nothing set up like an LLC or anything, that's another red flag. Cause why you don't have no business? Why you just operating solo dolo as a freelancer? And you're saying you're making all this money. That don't make sense. So it's like, how are you handling your taxes? How are you handling your business? Because you got to report it.
Right.
So what are you reporting?
Interesting. So, okay, so back to tech sales. What is tech sales like? What is that day-to-day job, right? Because you said that's the best way to go make a lot of money. What is that like job description, day-to-day activity look like?
Well, I don't work in tech sales, but I have a lot of friends that do, and they make a lot of money.
And what do they do?
So based off what I'm understanding, what they do on a day-to-day is they pretty much work with a client. The client has a B2B product or a SaaS product that needs to be closed or sell, and they're pretty much going in, having a conversation with the potential client, the potential buyer, and they're closing the deals. And sometimes these deals be like $1 million deals, and they get their cut, and sometimes their commissions are either $40K to $80K from what I've heard on a commission.
What's the biggest commission you've seen?
I haven't seen their commission.
But I'm saying you. I'm saying
Oh, the biggest commission
not
I
like for
heard?
yourself personally, but
Oh.
just in general.
For one of my friends, I've heard their commission was like $80K a month.
$80K a month.
And they was making like $100K already on base. So I'm like, you did what on what? I was like, oh, let me switch over. But I'm not good at sales, so I can't never do sales.
You're not good at sales.
I don't like sales. For me,
I feel like you embody or have spoke about sales through
I
your
tried
content.
to do door-to-door sales when I was younger, and I
You're
never
joking.
liked it. I did
What did
coat cutlery.
Oh, the knives?
Yeah, and I love the knives. I still want me a pair to this day.
What
But-
was your experience like? I did door-to-door sales for a little
Really?
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Tell
didn't
me your
like
experience.
it. It was horrible for me, but I was too busy talking to my coworkers and not selling nothing. I'll just be at the office just chatting, running my mouth, and not selling no knives. So I'm just like, yeah. I'm not going out there.
I'm not even surprised.
Yeah, I was never out selling no knives. I literally told my mom to do the sale. I was just like, hey, grandma, mom, send these to your friends.
Why didn't you go talk to the people?
First of all, I'm picky. I don't like going to anybody's house. I be thinking people gonna try to kidnap me. So I was just like, I'm not going to nobody's house as a woman and go do some
You
door.
didn't have a knife or a gun or anything on you?
Well, we got the Cutco knives, yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I was
that's
like
true.
18 at the time. I was like, no, this not gonna work.
Okay, so you did door-to-door sales.
Yeah.
Did you do any other sales?
That was it. After that, I quit.
No
I was
more
like, this ain't
sales
for
after
me.
that.
After that, I just stopped working altogether. I said, it's okay. I ain't gonna work right now. Let me take a break. So I just started doing websites like a year after that.
Okay, so tell me your like work evolution.
Okay.
Was it the first thing you did was door-to-door sales? Or
So
what
the
was-
first thing I ever
what your
did was
first job?
door-to-door Cutco. That was my first big girl. Ooh, I think I got some money job.
Well,
Not
before
really.
that, you had no jobs.
Never. I never worked.
Okay.
And then after that,
How long did you do that for?
Cutco, I did it for a summer. And
Okay.
I stopped. It was like 3 months.
Did you make any money?
Probably like $200.
Hey, that's still $200.
That was the whole summer though.
It's hot
That
too.
was no money.
Was that in Georgia?
Yes, it was in Albany, Georgia.
Oh man.
And what's so crazy, the dude who hired me, because I thought I was like really good at it. Kind of found out he just hired any and everybody. So I was like,
Oh yeah, he's just looking for someone
yeah,
with 2
I
feet.
didn't know. So I'm like,
You
oh, he
thought you
really
got a
likes
job.
me. I thought I had a job. I'm like, oh, he really likes me. I got this job. I'm about to make some money. Child, I couldn't sell hardly any knives. I think I only sold knives because my grandmama. Because she was
Probably.
helping me sell. So I was just like, okay. Other than that, yeah, it was $200 for the whole summer. I was broke.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
did that, and then what was the next thing?
The next thing I did after that was websites. I was doing like freelance websites, and that's how I started my design agency because I did that in college. So while I was doing websites, I was pretty much also working at TJ Maxx. So I started working at TJ Maxx, and I did that for like 2 years.
Okay.
After TJ Maxx, I went to Macy's because I was working for perfume. Hold on, pause. Can you hear him on the
I heard that, but it's all good. I don't think the camera, the mic's picking up.
Okay, cool. So I was working at Macy's.
Her
and-
dog is downstairs screaming. That's what it is.
He's
Just
screaming his ass off. So yeah, I did Macy's for like I think a year because I was seasonal for Christmas, and then
Okay.
they liked me and I stayed longer. So I did that, and then after Macy's, I quit and I took a break because I met my college sweetheart at the time. I was staying with him for like a little bit, so I just stopped working and focused on school. And so after that, I got a job at the bookstore. And then when I got a job at the bookstore, I stayed there for like 3 months too. And then I got a call because I did interviews for like engineering stuff. So I got a call and they was like, yeah, we want to give you an offer. I'm like, oh, I'm out of here. You give me an offer? I'm about to make 70-something K? What? I ain't working at this bookstore no more. So everybody at the bookstore all happy. We all dancing. I'm about to leave. They're like, oh, just got a job. I said, I'm out of here. I'm about to be rich. I didn't know 75K wasn't rich.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. The same thing happened to me.
I know.
I started making 70 right out of college.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
And I was like, I'm rich. I thought it
That's
was.
what I thought.
I thought I made it. I was listening to, once I got the offer, I put on Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill.
For real?
I swear to God, I was like, that was the first song I played, and I was like in my car crying because it was like,
Oh.
because I was not smart, right? So when
Why do you keep saying you're not smart?
well, it depends. Well, I didn't think I was smart. I didn't think I was book smart.
Okay. That's
So
different.
like my grades didn't always reflect.
I was in the same boat.
Right. So whenever I was able to graduate with an engineering degree and get a real engineering job, and I got the offer letter, and I
Yeah.
saw that money,
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I really did it.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, dang, if I really put my mind to it, I can do whatever the fuck I
Do
want.
anything you want.
Exactly.
And let me tell you, I had a guy I was seeing like I think around college time. He said something that I was gonna stick with me. It can't be that hard to make $1 million.
Nah, bro, there's people that are like stupid making millions of
Right.
dollars.
He's like, it can't be that hard to make $1 million. I'm gonna get me an M, right? I'm gonna get me an M. Like, you know what? You're right. It can't be that hard to make $1 million. Let's both try to get some M's.
Okay. Ever since I got in the insurance industry and I started learning and networking with other people who have money,
Yeah.
I don't believe money's real.
Why are you saying that?
Like money is just a number on a screen.
Please explain. Let's
Okay,
elaborate.
so check
Let's
it out.
hear this.
So you're a business owner, right? How
Uh-huh.
long have you had your LLC for?
Oh, I had LLC since 2015.
Okay, so you could probably get a business line of credit for multiple six figures.
Oh
Probably.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so you can take the multiple that business loan. You can put it in like, let's say an IUL,
Yeah.
and that can earn you interest, and then you could loan that money out and purchase whatever you want with it and just live off the interest.
See, let's talk about that. Cause see, you said IUL and I had a VUL.
Yeah. So
Let's talk because I didn't like the VUL.
you got. I don't like VULs, and I do not recommend VULs.
Let's talk about it because I didn't know then.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Cool. So VUL stands for Variable Universal Life, and IUL stands for Index Universal Life.
Mm-hmm.
Variable means that it's inside the market.
Yeah.
So if the market goes down, the money in that account is going down.
Right.
But on top of that, you're also paying for insurance.
Yeah.
So if you're paying for insurance and the market goes down, you're in the negative. And you owe money to keep your policy alive.
Okay.
Which is crazy to me.
Wow.
But in the IUL, your money can never go down because it's indexing, and indexing is protected.
Wow.
So your money can never go down, but you still get growth, 0 to 12%, depending on the product. It can be 0 to 9%, 0 to 10%. percent So if the market does 20%, your cap is 10, you get 10.
Wow.
If the market does 9, your cap is 10, you get the full 9. If the market does negative 30,
Yeah.
you're at 0. You never lose any money.
That's crazy.
And then on top of that, while your money's compounding and growing, you can borrow it.
Yeah.
So your money's growing in this account.
Right.
Your money's in hand. You can go purchase rental properties,
up.
business, invest in crypto, whatever you want. Your money's in hand,
Wow.
but the money's in this account growing. So your money's in 2 places at once.
That is
Check
pretty
this
cool.
out. If you have a license and you do the transaction, you also get paid on that transaction. And you can get some really big commission checks.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I had to get rid of my VUL. I felt like it wasn't doing nothing for me.
Nah,
I was like, it's
I'm
not
so
doing
glad you
anything.
did. I'm so glad you did because a lot of people hear about VULs, they hear about variable annuities, they hear about variable products,
Yeah.
and then it gives our products a bad name.
Yeah.
Because people have bad taste about what it can do. But if you are able to use a like IUL or a fixed index annuity, you want to use indexing because indexing means that it's protected and it will never, it's not susceptible to market loss.
Nice.
And then, it can get crazy.
That's pretty good. Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So as a, say, for example, tech professional, because a lot of tech professionals, when they start hitting like 100K, they don't know what to do with their money.
Yeah.
What do you suggest when somebody hit probably like 100K or 200K in tech? What do they need to do financially with their money? Because
Okay.
always, people ask me this all the time. And I'm just like, honestly, we
Yeah.
don't know if we should get a financial advisor or not.
So, okay, the number one question is what's your goal? So,
Okay.
depending on if you want, like, let's say, if you want to save,
Yeah.
then I would say it really all just depends, right? So, if you want to save, it depends on how quickly you need access to the money as well. So, a lot of people want to save. If you want to save for the long run, I would get an IUL
Okay.
because if you ever need the money, like an emergency, you can access it.
Yeah.
But if you use a 401k, 401k is just a IRS tax code.
Yeah.
It's Internal Revenue Code 401k.
Yeah.
Which just means that your money is tax deferred. So whenever you access that money, then you're subject to income tax at that point in time.
Yeah.
So usually we end up making more money as we get older.
Yeah.
So we're in a different tax bracket. So Uncle Sam is getting his cut at a higher tax bracket with a bigger chunk of money.
Yeah.
But if you want to, like let's say you use an IUL, you can borrow that money or you can access that money with tax-free withdrawals. So 401k is, and it's also within the market.
Yeah.
So if the market goes down like it did this year, like it did in 2022, like it did in 2020, like it did in 2008, like it did in 2001, 2000, then you're losing money. That's real money.
Yeah.
So that's why I like using insurance-based products because I don't like losing money.
No, in fact, who likes to lose money?
Yeah, I don't. But there's so to the opposite side, right? Let me give you the other side of the coin, right? Something a financial advisor would say.
Yeah.
A financial advisor is going to take your money and put it inside S&P, maybe
Bro,
Barclays,
they did all that.
Morgan
S&P,
Stanley.
they put it in the VUL thing, some other stuff that I ain't even remember. And I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. So you can put your money in an S&P based account
Yeah.
in an IUL.
Yeah.
So you don't have to lose money if you want to put your money in S&P. You can just use the IUL.
Okay.
I just helped a client right before I got here. The one I was telling
Yeah,
you I was
yeah,
a little
yeah,
late with.
yeah.
I was showing him the breakdown because he's not an engineer, but he was asking me questions like an engineer.
Yeah, because we be wanting to know.
Because they want to know
we
exactly.
want to know. We like, yo, we getting this money. What do
Where
we
the fuck
do?
is my money going?
Where
Exactly.
we need to put it? Where's it going? Is it growing?
So he was asking me. Because I usually don't go that deep on like a client one-on-one, but he was like, "Hey, where's my money going?" I was like, "Hey, let me pull it up."
Yeah.
So 50% is going in the S&P, 50% is going in Morgan Stanley.
Okay.
So Morgan Stanley historically has done 6.25%. S&P has done 7 point something percent.
Yeah.
So your cap is 10%. So historically, it's done 6 and 7. If the market goes above 10, you're gonna get your max 10.
Okay.
If it ever goes lower, you don't lose anything.
Okay.
So I was showing him that, and he goes, "All right, that makes sense."
Yeah. Like.
But he was asking those questions, so I just pulled out the numbers.
Yeah.
And I showed it to him. He was like, "All right,
'Cause
that makes sense."
We feel like we paying car notes for these policies for some of them. Some
And
of
you
them we
don't
paying
know-
car notes for,
And you don't know where your money's at.
and we don't know where it's going. I'm telling you, one time I think it was like 4 years. I've never seen the money. Never seen it.
How much were you putting in?
A lot. A car note.
Really? Mm-hmm. Can I do the math?
It was like 1,000 some change.
Can I do the math?
And then I lowered it to like $600.
And
And
there's
I still
nothing
to
in the
this
account.
day don't know. I left it alone, but I was like, you know what? Let me go look and see where it really went because I just gave up on it.
Can we look at it? I would love to see if I could help
If
you
I
with
can
that.
still have access to the login, sure.
You should still have access.
But I'm like, I don't know where this goes. Like, I'm so confused.
So that's almost $1,000 a month for 4 years.
Yeah.
So he's put almost $48,000 into a policy,
Yeah.
and it's a variable account. So that means when the market went down, your money went down.
Oh, and let's not forget, I put my old 401k in there too. The old one.
How much was it in the old 401k?
Uh-oh. You want to tell me the light went out?
Hey, Caesar! I'll call him. And one of the lights went out.
Okay, why he doing that? Let me go get this damn dog situated.
Oh, you're good. Dang, it's time. Well, it's 8:02.
What's on your call?
8:30. This went by so quick.
It went by quick as fuck.
It's all good. You go with your dog. Go with
Let me
your
go
dog.
get because he probably gets me.
We're not gonna. We don't have to cut it. This is very casual.
Oh, no, this is good shit, though.
You can bring your dog.
Fuck him. Hell no. He gonna try to sit on me. Unless you don't mind him sitting on me.
I don't mind. It's your house.
That is my fault.
You're like asking me. You don't mind if my dog sits on the couch? I'm like, I don't mind.
Here, come sit by mommy. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, relax. Sit. Be a good boy. We on camera. You want him up here.
I do. I do want him up here. I love dogs so much.
Okay.
And I don't have a dog right now. So me and Josh, Sika's cousin, my best friend Josh, we got a dog in college when we were
Yeah.
roommates. And he got to keep her during the divorce.
Aw.
Yeah. It
I
was
hope his heavy breathing won't be in your audio.
Oh, that's fine. It's not a big deal.
But yeah, this is Saint Laurent, y'all. Say hi to Saint Laurent.
Where did you come up with that name?
My best friend came up with it because I used to buy nothing but Saint Laurent purses.
Dang.
And she was like, that's your favorite brand. Name him Saint Laurent. And I was like, you know what? You're right. But now my favorite brand is Chanel.
Okay.
And he's not a girl, so.
It's all good.
He's very excited. But back to what we were talking about.
Well, let's switch it up. Let's talk about dating.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Okay.
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 So what's your dating life like?
My dating life is
Yeah.
great, actually.
Okay.
I met a good man, Savannah.
What's your type?
I don't have a type.
I thought you like nerdy guys.
I mean, I do, but I like men that treat me right. I used to like YNs, but I had to leave the YNs alone.
Can you go further into that?
I can't say it on the thing. I can't say it. Say we can't say it. But okay, so
I'm not saying say it, but I'm just saying go deeper.
I used to like the
Why do
bad
you like
boys.
being treated horribly?
Well, I liked the bad boys that treat me like a princess, and I was like, I can't go for that. It's not gonna fit my lifestyle. Like, you know.
Okay. Hey, yo.
You wanted him up here.
I didn't know it was gonna be like that. Well, no, honestly, that's your fault because you didn't sip it.
Oh, shit.
Mine didn't spill. These are so strong, by the way.
They're so
I appreciate you making me
No,
a
you're
drink.
so welcome. But yeah, as for the whole YN situation, I liked the bad boys, and I was just like, you know what? It's time to switch it up.
Why did you like Bad Boys?
I was just always, I don't know. I think it's Atlanta. Atlanta did it to me because I was fine.
Blame it on the city.
Yeah, it was because before I moved to Atlanta, I didn't have no issues.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I moved to Atlanta, I was just like, you know what? I would date my first black guy there because I used to date white men.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah, I used to date nothing but white men.
Why?
So,
Because there's only white guys
'cause
around?
that's where I grew up around. Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I grew up around white men, and like the city I was in was very biracial. So
When did you? How old were you when you first started dating?
dating 16.
Okay. So whenever I first started dating, it was like all white girls too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
We have a
wow.
lot of similarities.
We were twins at this point. Actually.
I didn't realize this.
Yeah, we got a lot in
I
common.
didn't realize that. Yeah.
That's probably
funny.
why we're friends. But
That's
no,
what?
That's probably why we're friends because we got a
No.
lot in
Yeah.
common.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, and then I dated my first black man in Atlanta, and then stay your ass up there. he not coming back up now when you see him up there. But yeah, so now I'm in Dallas. So when I first moved to Dallas, I was not dating at all. Like I wanted to focus on my business.
It was like last year.
Yeah, it was like 2023 December.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I was focused on my business and trying to get things together. And then 2025, I was like, you know what? I think I'm ready. So I was like, let me say a prayer. Lord, bless me with a man that understands me and my crazy needs and wants. And then I was like, you know what?
That's a very honest prayer.
It was.
That's a very
I was
honest
like,
prayer.
I know I have a long laundry list, but I know there's a man out there that can fit my laundry list.
Okay, hang on, pause. I want to talk about this real quick because I feel like so many girls have that long laundry list.
They do.
They want everything.
They do.
And
I'm going to kick his ass. Bro!
watch out.
Saint.
Come here.
Go put him in the room.
Here, we gotta hold this.
No, go put him in. I'm finna put him in the room. Tell him to call him up there.
Here we go. No, we're good. Okay, so women they have this long laundry list of everything they want, right? And do you feel like that it's unreasonable?
I think here's the thing with the laundry list. I feel like
Because it's like you gotta make all this money, you gotta be perfect, you gotta have abs.
you don't have to make a lot of money. You got to make comfortable money.
Okay, what's comfortable money?
Comfortable-
What's the minimum?
100K.
That's fair.
100K is comfortable.
But how many guys are making 100K?
It's rare apparently. Not that many as I thought.
That's my point.
I thought it was a lot, but apparently it's not a lot.
It's not a lot.
So I'm like, if you're comfortable, but here's the thing: only if you don't have kids. Comfortable money is cool if you're in 100K. If you got kids, I feel like you need to, especially trying to do more than 2 to 3. Anything above 200.
That makes sense.
200K, because you gotta think, especially in Texas, it's expensive here.
Yeah.
It's expensive. Food is expensive. School stuff is expensive. Everything's expensive. So it's like, if you don't do 200K, you're not gonna be comfortable.
Let me ask you this.
Combined income.
Combined?
Combined income.
Really? Mm-hmm. What about girls that don't want to work? And they want to be like a stay-at-home mom, and which I'm okay with that to a degree.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because let me ask you, do you want to have kids?
I do.
And then do you want to be working a lot when you have kids?
Not a lot, but I want to wear my business
There you
and
go.
still bring income.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But it's like me as a man, I would like to have that situation too, but I don't want my wife to work if she doesn't have to.
And I agree.
You
Because
see
I
what I'm
told my
saying?
man I don't want to work if I don't have to.
There you go. But it's like if she wants to work, then that's extra money. That's
Yeah.
her money, whatever it is. But like sometimes living off 100K for a family, that's not enough.
It's not. That you gotta do two.
So that's what I'm saying.
You gotta do two for combined income.
But if it's combined income, then it's not. That's not combined because she's not working.
Oh, that's true. So which means you gotta double it.
So then the minimum is
You need to be in
200K.
the 4. You gotta be in the 4 or the 3s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's my point.
Yeah. I can't believe he's really letting this happen. I've never had a dog on an interview.
Really?
Ever.
My podcasts are more casual. They're fun. They're loosey goosey.
I think they will love this because, baby,
It's authentic.
This is the first time he ever been on TV.
Well, we're not on TV yet, but it's coming.
YouTube TV.
Nobody watches TV anymore.
You know what? I barely watch TV. I just have it on for background noise.
I know. I saw you had YouTube
I don't
on.
watch TV like that. I just have it on just for the noise. For him, really. Because I'm like, I don't really need it. So, but yeah, as for the kids and the income, because I think the thing is, a lot of men feel like they just got to be so rich to take care of a family. You can be comfortable, but you got to make sure you got the income forward. And on top of that, you got to think about it. If you got a spouse that like luxury, you got to up it. If you got a spouse that don't, you're fine at 100 or 200K.
Yeah.
It just depends on what the spouse like.
But 200. That's how many men are making 200K?
I know a lot.
Okay, maybe
But I'm
that's
in
you.
tech, though.
Okay, yeah.
So-
Because I saw this post that said there's like 7.8 million more women, single women that own a house.
No, I saw it yesterday.
You saw that too?
I saw it
You
yesterday.
saw that
No,
too?
it's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I got my first house when I was like 24 or 25. I sold it though. But I got my first house when I was 24 and 25, and no man was really buying houses then.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially in my age range, they wasn't.
So how is there a guy able to like get a girl like that, or get a girl in
A
general?
lot of them be feeling intimidated. But you got to just find a guy that's not going to be intimidated by your success. That's the only hard part as a woman who got her stuff going on. Is a lot of men be intimidated by success and they're not supportive. So that's always been my biggest downfall with dating. I used to date men that were not supportive. They say they were, but they really wasn't. If I had stuff going on or a speaking engagement, they wouldn't show up. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm so for real.
Really?
So I was like, that's a big red flag.
Did you
to me.
want them there to support you?
Hell yeah. I'm like, if
Yeah.
I'm telling you I got this going on, why
It's
are you
important
not
to
supporting
you.
me?
Yeah.
And so I was just like, you're a hater. Op. You a op. Like my grandma said, you a op.
Hang on. Go deeper into that though. When you talk about guys are intimidated by girls that make more money than them. Go deeper into that.
Because they swear they want them a bad shorty, but when you get the bad shorty, you can't keep up with the lifestyle. The dinners. For example, me and my homegirls, dinners, 100, 200, easily. Let him take you out to dinner. Oh, this is too expensive, $100. Oh, 150. It was only 2 drinks. Okay.
But okay, so is it that he can't afford it?
Frugal, but some really can't afford it.
Well, okay, so
But they don't tell us that because they give us fake rich.
Okay, so here's my point though. Like, is it that he's intimidated or he can't afford it?
Both. He intimidated and can't afford it.
But if he's not intimidated and he can't afford it, what's
he
that
just
line?
can't afford it.
So then he's not intimidated.
But some be intimidated and can't afford it.
But okay, so what if he's not intimidated but he just can't afford it?
He just gonna complain and then be like, I just can't afford it. No, for real. I'm
No,
serious.
I get it, but that's my point. Is you were saying that it's okay for a guy. I'm not gonna put words in your mouth.
No, you go
let me
ahead.
know.
Go ahead. I'll fix it.
Are you saying is it okay for a guy to make less money than a girl if he's not intimidated by her?
If he's okay with it, if he knows, hey, I don't make more than her, and I eventually want to make more eventually, then yes, I will still pursue. But if I know I don't have any plans of making more money than this girl, and I'm still gonna date her, and she's gonna let me slide, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be chaos in that house.
I get you. So what if then you go out to these expensive dinners and he can't afford it?
Well, I feel like it's kind of the girl fault because you know your man ain't got no money. So why you dating this man and you going to these expensive spots when he got no money? See, at the time, I didn't know that.
Okay,
At the time, I was dating
okay.
for potential. So I had to learn to stop dating for potential and dating for exactly what he's showing me.
Okay.
He's showing me he got no money. He's showing me he can't provide. He's showing me he can't do this. So what we getting potential for? At this point, let him go. Go get you a man that got some money. So it's just like I had to stop dating potential. And that
I
was
got
my
you.
problem was I used to date for potential. Like, oh, I can fix him. I can help him get a business. Help him get a business and he go marry somebody else. So now I want my cut. Now we gotta go to court because now I gotta get my cut for helping you build. So now I got all the receipts so I don't help you build and get this business started. Now we gotta go to court for small claims, probably big. It depends on how it is.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I told my dude that. I was like, I took an extra court because I helped him build him up. And he basically just threw me to the side. Okay, babes, let's see how that go. Run me my money.
Interesting.
Run me my money.
No, that makes sense though. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
you know?
That makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. So that's what I'm saying. With women who are successful, you gotta be careful who you're dating. You just can't be dating any and everybody. You are somebody's dream girl. That's what I said earlier today. You somebody's dream girl. And some men love women that work. Some men love women that got stuff going on. Like my man, he loved that I have stuff going on. Which was surprising me because normally most men don't like that I got stuff going on.
Well, okay, I saw this thing the other day. Well, like I won't say these girls have been posting this online where
Yeah.
they go, when a guy embraces me for working hard, that's a turnoff.
No, it is 100%.
Yeah.
It's 100%. Because we like that. Because we could be comfortable. We could be safe in our space. And we could be feminine because
There
you're
you go.
letting us be soft.
There you go.
We are alphas when we're working. But outside of work, we don't want to be alphas. We want to be soft. So when we find a man that let us be soft and we handle business when it's business time and when it's time to handle our man at home and be private, it hits different.
Yeah.
And I like it that I ain't got to pull no money out. My man know I work. But when
Yeah.
I tell you the whole time we've been dating, I have not pulled out a dime.
There you go. I
A
got you.
dime. Like nobody want to sit here and be worried about a check. Like, oh, do I gotta pay this check when it come out? It's stressful for us women.
Yeah.
We be stressed out. So
Yeah. I
stop
agree with
dating
you.
for potential, y'all.
No, I agree with you. I even as a man, I want to be able to provide and protect. And like my mindset is if I want to if I'm serious about
Yeah.
somebody, I don't want her to pay for anything.
Exactly.
And it's like I know sometimes that can be not like I cannot be embraced, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes that's not the right thing to say or whatever.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
But I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
Real people understand. Real recognize real. We get what you're saying.
There you go. Cheers.
Some people are gonna be like, oh no, I don't like what you're saying. Let's have a whole argument and debate about
Yeah.
what? What are we debating about?
Sorry, I just want to make sure because I know.
No, you're fine.
Okay, cool. Because I know we have
Don't be mugging me. Come holding
a
your
call
sway.
at 8:30 that I have to take.
That's fine. We can wrap it up if you want to.
We don't got it's casual. We can do it until we can do 10 more minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Here, I'll set an alarm. This was fun. We should do this more.
No, I'm down. This shit lit. Especially we talk about tech and finances together. You know how crazy that episode was.
To be completely
we should
honest,
do a series.
No, we really should.
I
We
should
can make a lot of
definitely-
money.
Hell yeah.
We can make so much money.
We can make a killing if we do a series.
If I show you some different financial strategies on how you can make money
Yeah.
based off of, especially with, I'm telling
the
you,
rich laugh.
I'm telling.
That's so stupid.
I didn't even realize that.
That's the rich laugh, my boy.
But the best part is you're helping, just like what you already do. You help people make money
Mm-hmm.
and get in better positions, and because you provide that value, you make income, and that's the whole thing I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So that's super exciting. Any final thoughts? Anything? I know you have a course that you want to talk about, right?
I do. I have a
tell-
course, y'all. So I own an academy called Techpreneurship Academy, and I teach tech professionals how to get a job in anything tech related. It could be cyber, it can be business analyst, project management, UX, anything that you have a inspiration on or something that you want to focus on. We help you get there from A to B. If you are a career switcher, I help you get the role and the rate that you want. If you were making like $100K, you want to get to 150 or 160, I help with that as well. So I set it up now recently in tiers. So I have my first tier is for people who are like, okay, I want to learn and be a self-starter. That's the beginner tier. And then I have another tier where it's pretty much, okay, I want to get my career together and build, but I don't want to start a business. So that's like my FTE tier, my W-2 contractors, people who are like, I want to become a leadership, and how can I get there? Then my third tier is the all-in entrepreneurship tier. These are for my people who want to be a fractional designer, a B2B owner, or a C2C owner, tech owner actually. And you own your own agency and you help people pretty much get contracts and you hire subs. Those people pretty much start out making like about 200 plus.
Ooh.
Yeah, they make some money. So your return on investment is crazy. And then I have my final tier, which is my corporate elites. These are my clients who are already at 200K and want to scale to like $1 million. And we help them get corporate contracts through like the government, anything, well, I'm about to say Medicaid, but that's going away. But anything.
Facts. And that's where I come in. And that's where I come in.
That's where I come in. Exactly. But no, so anything like medicine or healthcare, anything, we work on that too as well to get them contracts. So those are my corporate elites, and those are how I have those set up right now.
So I want to plug in real quick. So I took your consulting. And I took your consultant, and she gave me a whole roadmap on exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Literally step by step. She asked me exactly what I wanted, what my goals were. Yikes! Sorry, I hit the camera with the dog. Oh shit. But speaking from somebody that actually used your services, it was phenomenal. So
thank you.
And then I saw the effort that you put in. You really did put in a lot of effort, and I took it as far as I could, and I appreciate all of the effort that you put in.
You're welcome.
So I'm super excited for what we're about to do. Any questions for me as we conclude?
Oh, my main thing was the finance stuff, but I want to say the rest of that for later.
Okay, I got you.
Because it's a lot I want to talk about, but we could definitely say that for another time. But honestly, I just want to say thank you for having me on.
Of course. Thank you for inviting us into your home.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you for
problem,
making-
literally.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, likewise. Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.
That's pretty cool. That's what. Saint, if you fuck up my video,